All right. Hey guys, Jonathan here. I'm gonna be talking about testing of IQ. This was made by me, Kelsey, Carol, and Renee. Cheryl. Sorry. Um, the Stanford Binet scale was devised by a French psychologist, Alfred Binet. This was the first intelligence test. He believed intelligence increased with age. A child's age is not the same as their chronological age. Measures verbal abilities. Age levels is the age at which children start gaining more intelligence. They start knowing more. They get to know things better. Starting at 2 years, it's just basic understandings, vocabulary words, body parts. At 4 years, shows language and ability to fill in the missing word. For example, brother is a boy, sister is a girl. At 9 years, it can point out like different stuff. Increased language and ability. For example, dug up a coin dated 544 BC. What is that? And they'll know what it is. As an adult, they show knowledge and meaning of words, and they're able to think correctly, explaining the difference between two words pairs like home and house, sickness and misery, etc. Um, IQ formula. It's right here at the top. IQ equals mental age over chronological age, or times 100. For example, a child with an MA of 9 and a CA of 9 would have an IQ of 100. Children who answer items as completely as older children have IQs of 100, as above 100 actually. For example, an 8-year-old who does as well as as the average 10-year-old will attain an IQ of 125. Children who do not do as well, typically children their age attain IQ scores below 100. Intelligence quotient is an example of a transform scale that is any score that has been changed from a raw score to a systematic way. The WECHSLER scale, it's more widely used worldwide. Developed intelligence test is for mostly adults, but also children. Consists of several substances. Each substance measures a different intellectual skill. Some substances measure verbal skills and others measure performance skills. Doesn't use the concept of MA, though still uses the term IQ. Yields 3 scores: verbal, nonverbal, and combined. Can be used to identify particular learning disabilities. For example, individual verbal scores is significantly lower than his or her nonverbal score. This might indicate reading disabilities, sort of stuff like that. WECHSLER scale continued. Scores on this test are based comparison of a person's answers with the answers of others in the same group. Average scores for any age level is 100. About 50% of scores are falling within a broad range of 90 to 110. About 2% of the people who take it score above 130, and 2% score below 70. Reliability and validity. I think that's how you say it. Reliability is pretty much test or any other method of assessment of that is reliable if it gives highly similar scores every time it is used. A reliable intelligence test should be similar IQ scores for the same individual on different testing occasions. Reliability continued. Tests retest of reliability determined by comparing scores earned by the same person on the same test but at different times. So if you were to take an IQ test or Stanford Binet test, the your first year of high school, and you took it again. You took the same test, and your senior year of high school, which you're almost ending. The scores will probably be almost identical, but not the same. Test validity. To see whether a test is valid, scores are compared with outside standards or norms. Proper standards for checking the validity of a musical aptitude test might be the ability to learn how to play a musical instrument. Problems with intelligence tests. Some test takers, because of the education and economic background, can make a difference. For example, an average lower income children attain IQ scores that are from 10 to 15 lower than a middle class. Motivation due to what also contributes to performance. Some believe that they will fail, and they do because they're not motivated enough. Uh, some and they as the last example, they just intend to give up. They don't try at all. Some tests have been criticized for being how do I say it, judged culturally. If a test is worded differently in a different way that what a group might understand, it can affect the scores tremendously. All right, and that's all we have for now. Thank you for watching. Listening. Yeah.